We're facing an interesting geopolitical arena today around the world. Supply chains are constrained. You're having resiliency issues when it comes to the grid. And so all of a sudden, it used to be this kind of microcosm of energy transition related to maybe, say, oil and gas. But now it's everything. It's manufacturing, it's cement, it's steel, it's concrete, it's chemical manufacturing. And so the challenge no longer is, are we transitioning or not? There's a new conversation, which is we need energy in an industrial abundance.
What do you think about this current market?
We looked at where's this world going that needs more energy and what's the right places to play. So I think unfortunately, we're going to see a downturn at the macro level, but great companies will still get founded, great companies will still get supported, and I look at it as personally not an energy transition, but an evolution.
I think we tend to gravitate towards more difficult problems, deep tech, and trying to identify the right pathway and the right solutions to help drive value for those companies. So I've been through 3 big downturns in the tech sector overall, and watched the VCs get overextended, and the result that comes out of that. And I think climate tech broadly is suffering from a little bit of that. But again, our perspective is we make long-term bets, and we are very patient when it comes to that.
Spending a lot more time on the DAC business.
So me personally, no. Still focused on the future. Still focused on investing in innovation to help sustain Oxy through the energy transition.
I think CO2 is the most abundant waste feedstock on the planet. I mean, the story of energy is the story of waste. At some point, the petroleum industry was a waste product. We're taking something that's waste and turning it into value.
Vic, I know you've got some thoughts here too.
Yeah, I mean, our whole thesis and our whole reason for existing is green molecules. Right? We don't touch electrons, we don't touch electrification, we don't touch wind, we don't touch solar. All we do is green molecules. So that includes CO2. I mean, the world needs it. Our energy needs are only growing, and you can't force something to happen, especially in something that's not energy dense.
As much as we think a lot of things will change, there's a lot of things, probably more things, that will stay the exact same. What do you think that is with regards to energy?
It's an interesting take. I think immediately, oil and gas isn't going anywhere. It'll still be there. It'll still fulfill a big part of the energy mix and all its downstream products.
If you want to create the future, you need to harness that power of the innovation from that startup ecosystem with the scale of large corporations. You do not change the world, you do not change the industry by sitting on the outside of it and throw rocks at it. So I see 2050 with a lot of the same infrastructure, just repurposed for the technologies of today.
But overall, then, your question is, well, what stays the same? This stays the same is there's still a demand for energy, and we're going to have multiple pathways to provide it. And I think oil and gas will play a role. I think fossil fuels will play a role. It will be a diminishing role, but a role.
What do you think about a startup who is then finding on 2 different levels, which is generally undercapitalized with a product maybe nobody wants, at least today, and they need permission from everyone else? Is there a pathway to solve that?
So it's not only building a business, but it's a multidimensional approach.
You mentioned the oil and gas industry, and it brings to mind, I think, one of the bigger challenges that I see in climate tech in general. A large corporate investor can bring that understands ecosystems and sectors in the area that you're focused on, right? If it's the delivery of energy, I would talk to an energy company at the very least and understand what are the challenges that I'm going to face when I'm trying to commercialize my technologies.
The real winners are the ones that are creating the products that are ahead of the curve that the market's just not ready for just yet.